I can
Does
hear.
it work?
Hey,
Is it
Hans.
good now? What's up, bro?
Nothing much. How you
Oh,
doing?
are you recording yet, or should I?
First, I have to ask, do I have your permission to record you? Everything you say or do.
How
Yeah.
about that? Yeah.
Okay, now to start
First
off,
question.
um,
Yeah.
so what is the first language you learned?
Well, as a kid, I learned French because I was speaking French to my family more, and then whenever I went to school, I started speaking Creole because Creole would be the language I would speak with my friends at school. But I high school or middle school, everything at school is in French. So I just learned Creole by talking to people, my friends.
When did you learn English?
I learned English whenever I was a kid because in Haiti we have to study English and Spanish for like more than 10 years in high school and also middle school. So uh, you have to learn them, but often people, I mean the students, they either have a preference for English or Spanish. So some people speak better Spanish than me, but we both learn English and Spanish at the same time. So I made my choice that I like English more. That's why I started to watch movies in English, cartoons. I had like the cable Cartoon Network, those kind of stuff, Disney Channel. So that's how I started, learning English, practicing at school and at home, and also playing video games in English. And that's really how I started to learn English. Also, I used to travel when I was a kid. Not often, but yeah, sometimes. So yeah.
And so your English literacy has helped you would say like adapt to a more, so do you feel like you grew up with a kind of like a English, like Western culture a little bit since you were able to like play video games and maybe watch shows or
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. And also by watching TV and all those stuff. The US is actually super close to us. I mean, to my kids, Haiti is like only 2 hours from the US. So we are really influenced by the culture from there. And, I think, yeah, definitely.
how much was reading promoted like in your household for your native language, like and for English?
In my native language, which is Creole, I don't think reading is really promoted because the Creole is really it's a young language and it's not really structured, so we don't really promote reading. Or I don't think there's a way to learn English at school. But for English, we uh, even when we started going to high school, our teachers, our professors, let us know that it's really important for us to learn English, to read English, because since uh, it is a popular language, and whenever if you, for example, applying for a job, even if it's in Haiti or somewhere else, you need English. And even for school at the university, the best books, the most simple ones and the best ones are in English. So they really wanted us to know how to read English, how to speak English, how to listen also, and all those stuff.
So how old were you when you'd say like when you felt confident reading aloud English?
Reading English, I think I I think I was maybe 16 or 17.
How do you promote English literacy to family members or the next generation after you? Is there anybody like younger than you that you teach English to?
I mean, I try to help my friends with English when they need me to help them. Either it's for a scholarship or for a job or something like that. But I don't really teach English as something. No, 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 I don't do that.
What about
I don't know.
your twin siblings?
My siblings, well, actually, so I think my case is kind of special because I have siblings from like all over the world, and almost all my siblings they do talk English because my youngest I have one sister from Canada, and another one who lives in Canada, another one who is from Colombia but lives in New York, and another one who lives in Haiti, but she learned English by her own. She's older than me, and so they all talk English. So only my two younger siblings, they're only 2 years old, uh,
Okay.
so they don't really, you know. I mean, they do know how to talk, but they don't even really know French or Creole. So it's kind of too soon to teach them English. But sometimes I they watch shows in English, and well, I think I don't they don't understand very well, but they kind of get some issue stuff, I guess.
So it starts that young when you start learning English, like from two, you're already watching shows and everything.
Yes, yes, because that's how I mean that's what we had to do to have fun. Sometimes when you don't go out to play, you just go home and watch TV. And if you have the cable, that's even better. You can watch Cartoon Network, Disney Channel, and everything, and that's really great.
Whoa. Okay. Okay. Makes sense then. And let's see here. This question is, what forms of literacy do you use often now?
Well, I speak more Creole than at home. I speak French because I'm so used to be speaking French with my family at home. So it's kind of hard for me. I don't know. I don't feel comfortable speaking Creole with my family, so I often speak French with them. But as like um for example, at school I use English because my books are in English, so I use English. And texting is often in English because I have many friends in the US. So texting, and even my friends in Haiti, they also use English. We text in English. My posts on Instagram or Facebook are in English. So I speak French more at home, but when I'm out of the house, I speak Creole more. And for reading and texting, it's definitely English more than anything. Should I tell you?
Yeah, not an answer. And
Should I tell you?
that's surprising English is used so much. Do you feel like you were comfortable at all expressing your culture and your heritage being in the US?
Well, I think yes because well, I think in the environment I was at USI, it was really easy for me to express my culture because I wanted to, you know, let people know about it, and also people wanted to listen to, whatever I have to say, or they wanted to see whatever I have to show. So it was really easy for me to, tell them things about my country. I'm a culture night, and for example, I had a culture at USI, and at least I don't know, maybe 30 people or more than that. They were there to learn about my culture. They were paying attention to the story I was telling them. So for me, at USI in Evansville, it was real easy for me to, let people know about my culture.
That's awesome. And with so you get here, how were the conversations like maybe here than they were in Haiti? And did you have any struggle with understanding some English words or maybe being in conversations?
Well, not really, but I mean, I'm not used to some expressions in English. So whenever people would say them, I would be like, what? What does that mean? But I got used to it fast enough. And I mean, it was real easy for me, to understand conversations, to talk to people. I think it was easy for me.
Okay. Yeah, and I think to understand like US slang, you just have to get TikTok, right? You know what I'm talking
Yes.
about? See, so it's so you said your younger siblings are starting to learn maybe English now by watching shows, but you didn't start learning
Mhm.
English till middle school. Why is it different for them and than it was for you? And how was it different?
Well, I think it's different for them because I do first because of our situation here in Haiti, and I want them to have like better opportunities in and when I'm talking about I actually want them to go to college in the U.S. So I think it would be better for them to start learning English as soon as possible. Like maybe now, watching shows in English and all those stuff because it's really obviously gonna make it easier for them if they want to apply for scholarship and go study in the U.S. and probably come back after. So I'm just really trying to prepare them for the life out there, if I might say. I don't know, but yeah, that's what I'm doing because I do understand. I mean, I didn't struggle a lot, but I do understand that language like English, Spanish, French, you have to know them um, by the time you leave high school, even before you get in college, because you might find like a great scholarship, a great opportunity in a super great university, but
Yeah.
you might not be able to go there because you're not good at English or at Spanish or French, something like that. So I'm really trying to get them ready.
Well, that's awesome. Hey, in like 16 years, your siblings are at USI. Like, hey, I have a love family.
That, that
Yeah,
would be
cool,
great.
man.
That would be great.
So yeah, so talking about scholarships. What was it like getting the scholarship? What was the process of like going from Haiti to the U.S. and how much more fluent do you feel like you became in English once you moved here? So
So for the process, so first of all, we had to, the background check. They are checking the GPA and stuff. So that's pretty accurate, I'd say. But after that, the all the remaining process is about English because after they check the background and that you selected, then you have to go to the embassy and have an English test. And they didn't even tell me about it. They just told me to come and I came in English test, and it was super fast. I wasn't expecting that. I was not ready, but it was super fast. So we had a test, and I think they did something on purpose. They we had in the test there was a listening part, so you were listening and you were trying to answer the questions. But at some point they cut the electricity, so the speaker stopped working and it was live, and everybody was like, "Oh my god!" And in the middle of the listening, and they cut it, so everybody was freaking out and they start over. But I thought it was something that just happened. But then my friend who applied also for the same scholarship, she had the test, and the same thing happened in the middle of the listening. So I think they did it on purpose to check how good our listening is in English. And after this test, they are gonna pick they're gonna pick the 15 best scores in English. And once they pick those scores, you're gonna have an interview in English. So that's really stressful because that was my first interview in English with people asking me questions, and I was stressing out. So you have the interview in English, and they're trying to first see if you can speak English well, and second, if you have the leadership skills, blah blah blah, requirements of the program. And after that, they're gonna give, I think, five people, five people. So from that point, they are gonna make you pass the TOEFL, and the TOEFL they want you to have more than 70 for the TOEFL, which is not too bad because the TOEFL is on
wait, what's
120.
this
So
test called?
70
Wait, what's this test called again? I'm not.
TOEFL.
How
The
do you
TOEFL
spell? How do you spell that?
is TOEFL. TOEFL.
Okay, I'll look into that. But so what happens? So there's five people left. Then what?
So there's five people left, and they want us to pass the TOEFL, and they want us to have 70 for the TOEFL, not less than that. More than that, but not less than that, which is not too bad, honestly. So once you pass the TOEFL, then and you are good at the TOEFL, then you can keep on going. The visa process, which is pretty. That was easy. You just get the visa and then get ready to have the U.S. experience. And so that's how it was. So it was really, it was not hard, but they really wanted to check if we had that strong background in English because they are sending us in the US to learn in classrooms in English and also talk to people and just do everything in English. So they really want to make sure that we can actually talk English.
Yeah, like you said,
And then
usually,
after,
you said it wasn't tough, but it's like I can only imagine like the pressure and everybody applying, and then your first time, like a lot of
Yeah,
people speaking in English to you.
exactly. So it was really stressful. But I wasn't I think I was really not that fluent in English until I moved and until I got the scholarship and went to USI, and I really started practicing English more, talking to people. I was talking English most of the time. I was not talking English only when I was talking to some people at USI who do speak French, which was great. So we just speak French sometimes, but most of the time, 24/7, I was talking English. So that definitely helped me in becoming more fluent in English.
Oh, so before you even moved to USI, so how long did you know you were going to go to USI? So, but during that time, you were just practicing English a lot.
Well, I was not. I was not. The thing I did, I think, I was really getting ready for the TOEFL because the TOEFL is like I think 4 parts. There's a listening part, a speaking one, a reading one, and yeah, no, speaking, reading, listening, and I forgot the other one. But anyway, it's a pretty complex exam, and if you don't know the form of the exam, you're gonna fail it. So I was stressed. I think most of the time, what I did is getting ready for the TOEFL, which also helped me getting better at English health. I think because I was, reviewing some basic English, basic words, basic expressions, how way to say stuff.
So
Yeah,
by
that
moving
definitely
to
helped me.
USI, you felt confident.
I was not confident, honestly.
I was just,
I was not really confident. Actually, I say that it's weird, but I think that it's easier for me to speak English with my friends, good English with my friends. But whenever I moved to the US, I was stressed and I was not even able to talk because I was really stressing. First I was scared not to say the wrong thing at the wrong time because I was thinking, well, maybe if I say this, and they might misunderstand it and think I was saying something bad and be mad at me or something. So I was like freaking out, really freaking out. I remember the first time RA saw me, she thought I was really introverted. She thought that I don't want to talk, that I didn't want to talk or anything. But I was just freaking out, and I didn't want to say something bad so people would get mad or be offended because of something I would say. So I didn't really talk at first, but once I started to feel more comfortable, I was just speaking English.
so how long did that take before you went from not being introverted to like how I know you now, like that extroverted guy?
Well, I think that took me at least maybe 2 weeks to really get into the experience, and let it go. Because I also think USI really helped me because they let me understand that it's okay if it's okay if I say bad things because they just made me feel like it was okay to say bad things, but they're gonna help me to do better if I say something bad or something that might offend someone. They're gonna just say so I won't say it again. They just made me feel like it was okay to just get in, just to let go, and get into the experience and enjoy it.
Yeah, and it sounds like kind of like just like experimenting with English. Unless you experiment, unless you actually try,
Yeah,
you never really
exactly,
know. So, dude, that's
exactly.
awesome.
And
I didn't really knew your story, and then kind of hearing this is cool to hear. And so,
and also, I think USI wanted me to take uh, they they were checking if it was if I needed to take English classes because whenever I think the second week I was at USI, they wanted to see my TOEFL results because they wanted to know like if I needed to go to an IEP to make my English better and then go to the classroom and learn and just follow classes normally. So I think they checked my TOEFL results and they were like, oh, it's good, so you don't need to do that. So I was like, fine. So I went directly into learning in classrooms and
Awesome.
interacting with people.
That's interesting. So they were maybe thinking about getting you an IEP, and that ended up not happening.
Yeah, something like yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
That was obvious.
Did you have a meeting? Who'd you have a meeting with about this?
I had a meeting actually. Uh I didn't have a meeting. I didn't even get in the meeting because before getting in the meeting, they need to check the score.
Oh, okay.
But I think that they didn't see mine. I think they looked for it, but they didn't see it. But I sent it. I mean, I didn't send it. The embassy sent it. So whenever she saw it, I think her name was Nicole. She saw it and she was like, "Oh, you don't need to go to the meeting anymore. It's fine. Just carry on a day and do something
Hey,
else."
Hans, you get here and everybody's like, whoa, he's not really speaking that much English. He seems nervous and everything. You're like, can this guy speak English? And then they see your scores and they're like, and you're like a fine English speaker.
Yeah, they're like, "It's fine. You can just go."
they're like, dude, speak up a little bit, man. No, that's cool though, man. Hey, well,
Yes.
I appreciate you letting me interview you, and I think I got probably the best interview.
Oh, thanks, bro. It was a good interview too.
Hey, yeah, hey, I'll appreciate when you come back to the Ville, Evansville.
I think I might come back next. Maybe by the end of December or by the beginning of January, I think, because I'll have like 1 month free, so I might come. In Evansville. But first, I think I'll go in New York to go see my sister for like 2 or 3 weeks. Then I'll be in Evansville, definitely.
Wait, but isn't Haiti warmer than the U.S.? You don't want to come here during the winter.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I was thinking the same thing. But I mean, I also enjoy being in the US because of you guys, you, Jana, me, and everyone. It's just, nice being there. And also in Haiti, right now we really struggle with, the political stuff. So it's not really stable here. So I would have more fun in the US, even if it's hotter and warm in Haiti. But it would be definitely more fun in the US with you guys.